During a two-day visit to Cardiff, the Foreign Secretary David Miliband met a wide range of people from different communities in the Welsh capital. He discussed with them how subjects like climate change and international conflicts are not just foreign policy issues, but have an impact on daily lives in the UK. The Foreign Secretary visited a comprehensive school which has links to a school in Lesotho. They have been involved in a project to demonstrate the impact of climate change on the lives in the UK and in Africa. Mr. Miliband joined a video link between the two schools and listened to a rap song performed in Welsh, which had won a competition to highlight the dangers of global warming. The composers of the winning rap explained their song.
It was a rap about global warming. We wrote it in class and then we performed it in front of class and then in front of the Prince of Lesotho and then the Minister.
I found it quite fun because we learnt more about global warming by doing it, because I don't think I'd realised before that how much it has affected the world.
The Foreign Secretary then joined the children in their morning assembly. He answered questions about his role as a minister and explained government policy on a host of issues, including climate change.
Today has been a fantastic experience for us as a school, and the pupils will remember the visit of David Miliband, the Foreign Secretary, for years to come, I'm sure. His slant, obviously, was to tell us and explain a little bit about his work as Foreign Secretary and the work of the Foreign Office, and it fits in beautifully with our own school ethos, which is, although we're a Welsh medium school, we look to broaden the horizons of our pupils as much as possible. We're looking to develop global links. The Eco Council has a large role to play in the school, and their interest in the environment and environmental issues contributes to this ethos as well.
Next stop on a hectic tour was a visit to the Student Union at Cardiff University. Here, the Foreign Secretary launched the Know Before You Go campaign. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office has 18 student ambassadors who are responsible for raising awareness of travel safety among gap year travellers and the UK student community.
I know politics is a very insecure business, but just at the moment my short-term career is quite hopefully okay. So
involves promoting the key messages of the campaign to the students here at Cardiff. Obviously preparing to go travel abroad, getting insurance is one of the key ones, researching destination, getting the right currency, the right visa, basically safe travels, fun travel, much preparation you can do, better trip you'll have when you're there.
Issues of access, but issues of money raising.
Mr. Miliband also took part in an interview for Cardiff University Television, which is run by the students. Here he discussed a range of issues, including foreign policy.
We had some of these debates when the new system of fees and grants was introduced.
We did discuss foreign policy issues. We talked about America and about China, and also about whether ethical foreign policy, is possible when so many other nations are looking to their economy to decide upon their foreign policy.
The final port of call was a meeting at the Welsh National Assembly. Here, the Foreign Secretary had discussions with representatives of Cardiff's large Somali community. Subjects discussed included Somali's integration into the UK, youth radicalisation and the risk of growing terrorist recruitment, and the scope for UK recognition of Somaliland. Those present welcomed the talks.
Timely reminder of some of the underlying tensions that exist. I feel a strong sense of fellow feeling here in a way, or maybe a better way of putting it.
The reasons behind, the exchange of teachers between the two countries, which is the question I asked him, and obviously the security issue is there, and it's understanding where the government's coming from in giving certain advice. So that was useful to know, and the ways in which things can improve for the future. And he had a lot of sort of positive things to say about and recommendations for the future ways to be.
It was interesting, and I learned a lot, a lot of things that I didn't know about the government and how they are helping Somaliland personally. It was really interesting what he had to say, and it was good to know.
At the end of the day, the Foreign Secretary reflected on a busy day in the Welsh capital.
Media and politics, arms of our foreign policy are governmental?
Well, I've been in Wales today because so much of foreign policy on terrorism, on conflict prevention, on climate change has a relevance not just to people who live abroad but to people who live here. We live in a world of shared risks, and today I've been discussing with people young and old, private sector, public sector, voluntary sector, in Cardiff, how we can come together as a country to address these problems and to build consent and engagement from Britain for the benefit of Britain but also for wider benefit as well.
Mr. Miliband explained that it is essential the UK follows a progressive foreign policy.
Well, one of the great strengths of Britain is that we are a mirror to the world. The diversity of our population reflects the diversity of the world's population. I think that gives us a real strength as we try to stand up for British values as well as British interests around the world. I think the defining issue is shared risks, and those shared risks can only be addressed by countries acting together. We've seen that in the economic crisis in the last couple of weeks, but it's true on issues of terrorism or climate change or migration. Those are problems that can only be addressed by countries working together, and that is the essence of an effective progressive foreign policy.
The Cardiff event was the first in a series of UK regional visits by the Foreign Secretary. The programme is designed to involve Britain's diverse communities in foreign policy, whilst also explaining the relevance of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office's work to the British public and businesses.